Two questions about boys and girls. So how do you think boys should act slash carry themselves?
What's up?
How do you think boys should carry themselves?
They should just act like themselves, and they shouldn't be anybody they're not.
How should boys dress?
They should dress appropriately, not too much, but at the same time still express themselves.
What jobs slash tasks should boys do when they're married?
Something to support the families.
How do you think society makes an impact on the answers?
Society doesn't necessarily think that everybody should be able to do what they want to do, even though they should,
How should boys treat girls?
with respect.
Now I'm going to flip the question. How do you think girls should act slash carry themselves?
They should act like themselves and not act like anybody they're not.
How should girls dress?
Appropriately, with not too much skin showing, but still express themselves.
What jobs slash tasks should girls do when married?
Enough to support their family.
How should girls treat boys?
With respect and treat them as their equal.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask you questions about girls and boys. How do you think boys should act slash carry themselves?
I think boys should be respectful to everybody.
How should boys dress?
Boys should dress with enough clothes on to be able to walk outside.
What jobs slash tasks should boys do when married?
Enough to support.
How do you think society has an impact?
Because they make boys seem like they're more in control and can do more tasks while women are weaker and can't do as much.
How should boys treat girls?
They should be nice and respectful.
Now I'm going to flip the question. How do you think girls should act slash carry themselves?
They should act respectful to everybody.
How should girls dress?
They should dress with enough clothes on to be able to present themselves in an honorable fashion.
When you say present, what do you mean?
To be able to, well, the way they should come to school should be the way they should be able to go out and have fun, but also with enough clothes on to like not give anyone ideas.
How do you think society makes an impact?
Well, society makes people think that all girls, all teenagers walk around in nothing but booty shorts and stuff that's like inappropriate for children.
How should girls treat boys?
Respectfully.
Thank you. I will ask you 10 questions about boys and girls. How do you think boys should act slash carry themselves?
Maturely, I guess.
How should boys dress?
Don't look like a rat.
How is that?
Stop sagging your pants too low. Don't sag them too low. Let's see. Don't wear talking shoes. Your shirts should not be like super big because then the police gonna think you in gangs.
Okay, next question.
She asked my opinion.
What job slash task should boys do when they're married?
When they married,
What should be the roles
their role.
in marriage?
They need to be a man.
How
That don't mean get drunk every night, watch a football game, clean up your house. If y'all had kids, take care of your kids, and yeah, that's about it.
How do you think society makes an impact on the answers?
I don't know. I've answered my question.
How should boys treat girls?
Respectfully.
What is respectfully to you?
That means don't be how they are today.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you the questions, but with girls. How do you think girls should act slash carry themselves?
Don't act like a rat. Don't be yelling all the time. Keep your voice down. Don't be trying to get in fights all the time. That's about it, yeah.
How should girls
Keep your
dress?
legs closed.
How should girls dress?
Appropriate.
What is appropriate?
Like if it's winter, don't walk out in no booty shorts or something. Don't walk out in tight pants, cause then you're gonna get some infection and you know you're gonna break them pants. Don't walk out in tight shirts. Make sure yourself covered, I guess.
What jobs/tasks should girls do when they're married? Like around the house and everything.
I understand the question. I mean, the boys should put her as a housewife, so I mean, she can wash some dishes at some point. She need to do the groceries because boys don't know what they be doing when they be going shopping. They should cook because boys know they can cook. That's it.
How should girls treat boys?
I don't think I'm comfortable to answer that question because I'm mean to them. So, besides me, they should be nice, I guess. Treat people the way you want to be treated. So, yeah.
Alright, cut. I'm gonna ask you a question about boys and girls. How do you think boys should act/carry themselves?
I think they need to be more respectful and be modest and, I don't know, would respect others and also be confident.
How should boys dress?
I think they can dress however they want as long as it's appropriate. Depends on their size.
What jobs/tasks should boys do when married?
I think they just need a good job that gets paid well. So an actual job like doctor, engineer, anything like that, that doesn't get paid minimum wage.
How do you think society makes an impact
On me.
on like boys?
I think that society, I think there's more, how do I say this? There's more of positive views on boys than girls because I feel like boys get more credit for things they do than girls do. And girls are more seen as weak, as the boys are seen stronger and more capable of things.
How should boys treat girls?
I think they should treat them with respect. I think that's really important because we're all human and it shouldn't matter upon what gender you are.
Okay, now I'm gonna flip the questions. How do you think girls should act/carry themselves?
I think, as I said before, it's the same way as boys. They need to respect themselves and perceive themselves as the best of the way they can and just make them the best way they can be.
How should girls dress?
Also, I think they should dress modestly just because it's more respectful towards yourself and others.
Do you think that they go out and they presenting clothes that have a
Wait, the way they go out?
yeah,
Like,
how they dress?
yeah, wait, how they dress? Yeah. So when you dress unmodestly, you get less respected and more things could happen to you. But when you dress more respectfully, people will look at you more positively.
How do you think that impacts society?
For which way? How they dress?
Like girls.
Yeah. So the way they dress, okay, so it helps other people perceive them in ways. If they dress immodestly, guys will obviously have less respect for girls and have less boundaries. Same with all other people, and you can get talked about and disrespected.
How should girls treat boys?
They should treat them with respect, and they shouldn't, like boys shouldn't be the boss of girls, girls shouldn't be the boss of boys. They just should treat them like any other human and equally.
Thank you. How do you think boys should act/carry themselves?
Like tough and macho.
How should boys dress?
Like boys dressed with jeans, you know?
How do boys dress? How do they dress?
Jeans and sneakers and t-shirts or jackets. If it's cold outside, you can wear a jacket.
What jobs/tasks should boys do when married?
Whatever they want to do.
What does that mean?
Whatever they prefer to do.
How do you think society plays a role on men and boys?
It forces them to dress like I described and to act macho and stuff, but that's not really the case unless it's personal preferences and stuff. But if that's how you want to act, that's how you should act. But if you don't want to act like that, you shouldn't act like that.
How should boys treat girls?
The same way girls treat boys.
Which is?
Depends on the person.
Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna flip the question. How do you think girls should act / carry themselves?
Quiet.
Why quiet?
Because when they talk loud, then that just draws attention to themselves.
How should girls dress?
However they want to dress.
So they can dress inappropriately if they want to.
If they wanted to, why not?
What jobs, tasks should girls do when married?
Whatever they want to.
What is whatever they want to?
Well, if you want to be a doctor, go to college to be a doctor.
Do you
If
think
want
that
to be
they
a
should play-
mechanic, go to college to be a mechanic.
Do you think they should play the role of always having to do everything? Pick up the house, clean dishes, groceries, take care of the kids, stay at home mom? Do you think that should be their role?
Not necessarily.
How do you think that plays a role in society?
It forces them, society like forces them to do like stay-at-home mom. Majority of females are stay-at-home moms and stuff, so society forces them to be like that.
How should girls treat boys?
How boys treat girls. However the boy that you're talking about treats the girl. Vice versa. Anyway,
How do you think boys should act / carry themselves?
I don't have an opinion about how they should. I think they should do whatever makes them, whatever they feel comfortable doing, because the way that you compose yourself is the way you want to be seen by the world, and however boys want to project their image is however they should.
How should boys dress?
Well, my answers are going to sound repetitive. I think that people should dress, boys and women, men and ladies should dress however they feel comfortable, because once again, it's your own projection of yourself, and it's not what you should or should not do. It's your own personal decision. I mean, there are rules around dress, like at school, for example. There are rules in different parts of society of how people need to dress, but within the rules of that space, to create a safe space, then dress however you want.
How do you think society makes an impact? Like, what is society's role?
I think it has a huge role in deciding how people dress.
And like in boys in general. What do you think society? Yeah.
I think they project a certain image onto men. For example, I think that society has ideas about men shouldn't cry, men should be tougher, men should be strong, and that translates into a more violent culture sometimes. I think it has a detrimental effect on our society.
How should boys treat girls, or how should girls treat boys?
With respect,
Both ways?
yes. And an open mind.
Okay.